Welcome back, everyone. Welcome to a little village called Alofs, which is just literally 2.5 miles from Castleford. Now, just off the main road here, which goes from Castleford through Alofs and to Wakefield, I've found a report which at the moment is only in the Yorkshire Evening Post. Just remember, guys, these stories stay localised and not nationalised, so people don't see them. Now, going back first of all 3 years, when my good friend Active Patriot invited me down to Dover to see all the migrants flooding into our country, he told me that our towns and villages and cities would be like they were today, and I didn't quite believe him. But roll on 3 years and our towns and our villages and our local cities are just not what they used to be. I had never ever heard of illegal Albanian migrants 3 years ago, before I was introduced to the reporting down in Dover. Now, all over around me, this is one little village. I had one recently in Pontefract, the next town to me, and then I had another one in Nottingham, literally around the corner from me. These are illegal Albanians setting cannabis farms, large-scale cannabis farms. Not just your little man growing his own little bit of weed for his own consumption. This is all black market and criminal. So I'll read you the article if you haven't already read it on my community page. The smell of cannabis on a man in a Wakefield village led patrolling officer to a large-scale drugs operation. The officers had been in Alofs when they saw Lejde Kadari leaving the property on Lawns View, which this is Lawns View, just these few houses. I've tried to find out which house it is. This is where I've not stood too close, because obviously it's one of these houses and I don't know which one. So he was seen leaving the property with a blue carrier bag, but the officers recognised the unmistakable stench of cannabis coming from him. He was stopped and police went to search the property, where they found Jan Boke. They also found that 2 of the bedrooms and the attic had been turned over to the production of cannabis, Leeds Crown Court heard recently. There was a sophisticated setup of lights, extractors and fans. In one room they found the remnants of cannabis plants, in the other they found arbutus plants that had been stripped and set out for drying. In the loft they found saplings. Like many such setups, electricity had also been bypassed. They found photos on Kadari's phone that showed large-scale cannabis grows dating back to November last year. The pair, who are both illegal Albanian immigrants, were arrested. They both admitted the production of cannabis plants and they are held on remand. Immigrating for 33-year-old Kadari, Christopher Morton said, by the way of exclamation, he came here illegally in November 2021. He came by boat and incurred a significant debt for trafficking himself into the country. He worked in construction and a car wash and began to discharge the debts. He got a private tenancy in Alofs before he was approached by others to set up the cannabis grow. He wanted to get out of the drug process, but felt he could not do so. Same old. For 21-year-old Boke, Stephen Swan said he naively thought he could illegally come to the UK and get work in construction. Like his co-defendant, he was indebted to the trafficking gang and worked on the cannabis farm to pay it back. The judge told them it was a substantial commercial operation and clearly an ongoing operation. Only immediate custody is appropriate. He jailed Kadari for 32 months and Boki for 26 months. That will be out in half of those sentences. What an absolute nightmare have we got in our country today, that will literally be in a town, a village and a city near you. It is so frightening. Hardly any of these cases go national. They just go in the local papers, and it takes us then to share cases and get it viral on Twitter. That is the way that we get our news out there today, because the media just want us to see one side of a story and we want to find out the other side. So here we go, guys. Like I said, I don't know which house it is, but it just shows they're just tucked away houses with large scale cannabis grows, which is just making our country more crime ridden. So yeah, one of those houses, guys. It's all a facade, Phil. Do you know what? All the things that politicians put in the newspapers and they put online and they talk out, it's just all expecting the public to believe what they say, and they just don't tell us the truth today. So it takes citizen journalists like myself and my good friends to go out and report the true news today. So without that article in one newspaper, and people don't even look at the newspapers, people just continually just drive through Castleford to Wakefield and probably didn't even have a clue what was going on there. So yeah, I'm back out on the road, guys. If you've got any stories that you want putting out there, please private message me. I'm absolutely gutted that I can't get back to Scampton. The police are messing both me and Active Patriot about. They've extended our bail again for another 3 months, so I think we're bailed up to about the 3rd of April. Firstly, of a trumped-up charges of aggravated trespass back in October at the main gates, where it wasn't aggravated and it wasn't trespass. Every other person that was arrested has been released without charge, apart from us two. And when I called to check up on my case and see what was happening, I was told by the rude arresting officer, a lot younger than myself, that both mine and Active's cases had gone to CPS for a Section 18 public order against the migrants. And I said, what's this? And he says, Google it, it'll explain to you. So we're still actually on bail, the both of us. So our bail conditions mean that we are not allowed to go within 200 metres of RAF Scampton. If not, we break our bail conditions. So unfortunately, guys, they don't like us two down there. The two people that have got the biggest social media followings who, would like to go down and support the guys down at Scampton. I'd actually gone quite a few times in the year before my arrest in October, and while ever the police keep bailing me on trumped up charges, then they keep me away from Scampton. So that's why I'm not there, guys. Much respect to everybody there down on the ground, at every single gate. So proud of you all. I know it's been tough, but just keep going, guys. keep them migrants out of that historical site. Keep it an historical site. We don't want 2,000 undocumented illegal migrant men moving in there, and the ones that they're allowed to just come and go as they please. Now, I'm not saying that every single migrant is a criminal, but just one too many of them is enough. There's just too many crimes that I am looking at lately, especially following closely our paedophile hunting teams, and I'm absolutely appalled at a lot of the new stings that they are doing. We have enough of our own paedophiles without importing more. And while ever someone is undocumented and throw their ID away in the sea, then we don't know who they are. They could be a rapist, they could be a terrorist, they could be part of ISIS. We're living in such frightening times, guys. Right, I hope everyone enjoys the rest of their Monday afternoon. I'm going to go chill now at home. It's absolutely beautiful in the sun if you've got about 4 layers on. So yeah, I will be back out reporting again next week. Hopefully with my good friend Active Patriot, where, yeah, it's just overwhelming the amount of reports that we have, and we just have to find out the most important ones because there's just so much happening today, and we just can't look into absolutely everything. I just want to make sure that our children are safe today, but whatever the mainstream media do not put a true story out or only give us half of the story, and then people are going to be skeptical, and people are going to they're going to want to know answers because we're not told them, and that's where us citizen journalists can get involved. I've tried PK. They won't drop the bail condition. They don't want us there, do they? They don't want us filming. They don't want us putting information out to let the world know that people are still protesting down there. Because if you don't see anything, then, you know, I see photos coming from there and I see videos coming from there because I'm friends of people down there. But if you're not, nobody'd know that they were still protesting down at RAF Scampton. So anybody, if you're in the area and you can get down to Scampton, nothing has changed from day one. Just go down and support. I know there's lots of different gates, and just tag on to one of the gates and show your support. Yeah, Active's looking into that, Peaky, but they're just not very good at getting back to us. We ring and then they just have us waiting quite a long time, and like my solicitor said, they can just keep putting you on bail, which I remember from my first arrest at the Mercury Hotel, Fairfield Manor in York, about 3 years ago, and they kept extending our bail up, and they had our phones and equipment for 12 months. So my thoughts are, this is just my thoughts, our bail is due up at the beginning of April, and they're saying that the migrants are due in April. Who's to say that they extend our bail again for another 3 months? That's my thoughts anyway. But if we remember, guys, the migrants were coming in back in October, don't forget that. And so we did all the protesting down there, and there was quite a few of unlawful arrests. We don't think any migrants have gone in there. So yeah, keep up the good work, guys. Save our Scampton, save our history in this country. God bless you all, and catch you all again next week. Love to you all.